Yeah.
Where to, how to, what.
Yeah, that's good right there. Hang on.
Ah, okay.
What?
Two
Which trees are 50 years old?
cedar trees. There's three on.
They brought them home from Wisconsin. Somebody did.
Oh, the cedar trees.
Yeah, and there's
I don't know who. There's about
two of them died since then. Maybe three of them. There's one in between there yet.
that one. So split off there. Huh?
Yeah, that's
In here. Mo would call it the pumpkin.
Right here?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did that name come
Not a
from?
one pumpkin was raised.
Huh?
I never seen a pumpkin.
Never was. I wonder why they named it like that.
I don't know.
Oh, remember that, Doc?
Oh yeah.
Shoot. Yeah.
I know when there was where that tree is now, when that plum tree was there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember, too. That.
Boy, that's lovely.
I
A lot of top on there, huh?
yeah, I don't know how to get that out.
That's on the bottom.
Oh, well, yeah.
But it's only low up to the second story. This part here, the rest is frame.
So 1869 is when you think it was built?
60. Well, that's when Grandpa moved down here from Kentucky.
From Louisville?
Yeah.
Dog wants a picture taken. That's what it is.
Can we get on a picture too?
Yeah, Buddy's been on plenty of pictures.
But the kitchen there, I don't know when that was.
Yeah.
See, it's 69 and
Huh?
I don't know. That's what I got from the courthouse.
Yeah. When he moved down there, I guess.
So, well,
Did he sign a?
tell me what year each of you were born and how old you are for the video. Dad, what year were you born?
April the 6th, 1933.
And you're...
Joe, over here.
Today is August 19th, 2008, right? Or August 20th?
20. Tomorrow's
August
our,
20th.
our 50 years.
Your 50th wedding anniversary is
Tomorrow, Thursday.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Joe, how old are you? Tell the camera how old you
I
are.
think I'm a little better than 75. 80.
You're 80 years old?
Right, nice round figure.
What year were you born? What's your birthday?
April,
Birthday.
15th of April, 28.
And Tony?
March 22nd, 1923. I'm 85 years old.
85 years old.
bunch of old pools.
Huh?
Damn nets clanging on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Who thought I'd
So,
be around that
were
long?
you all born in this house here?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't, off record, I wasn't supposed to live. I was in such a bad shape when I was born. They thought I was going to die. Well, I did. And until the Ripples came and helped my mom. That,
I had pneumonia for the first 5 years. They didn't think I was going to make it, but
yeah,
still here.
Tough, huh?
that's what was the problem years ago. Pneumonia.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Did they have somebody come by, like a
And
nurse or?
No, there's doctors.
Dr. Salt.
Joe,
Or what's the one before?
Ollie, well, I don't know about that, but Ollie broke his leg when, I don't know. And Doc Salt would come make his rounds to the country. They would do that. And the reason I know it, and he brought us kids orange. It looked like it was that big. Probably wasn't. But boy, oh boy, we got one orange each. Nobody else got any orange. That was a treat.
Yeah.
So that's the way it was.
like
These people couldn't mow their grass once too. I can grow grass here, but I can't grow it down there.
Are there any bricks in here anymore?
Yeah.
So what was the story behind the bricks here that they had?
What you saying?
They're still in there.
Yeah.
Where,
Well, that was just to make your home look nice, or whatever you want to call it. That was just an added attraction. And they put them bricks in it, and then we had to wash the. Quite often we had to wash the bricks down,
yeah.
make them look nice. What for? I don't know.
And why did they whitewash the trees at the bottom?
For the looks.
Just for looks?
Looks. Whitewashed the house too.
Well, yeah, but no,
Everything's whitewashed.
and then I think lime, and you had to put salt in it, right? Wrong.
Yeah. Put salt in it.
That would hold it longer on the tree, don't it?
What?
The whitewash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was every year.
Yeah. She whitewashed everything that was in standing.
Yeah. Anything within reach.
And I might have, when you stand near the well there.
Yeah.
You got
I
that?
believe that's.
I hope.
It's.
Did you save that? The well, the pump.
Yeah, that's yours.
I haven't
No,
seen that
but I
pump
mean,
around in a long time.
Yeah,
Oh, I have to dig a little deeper, I guess.
yeah, well, in those days, everything was
Well,
really health-wise, because we had this well. The old sparrows messed up in there. Yeah, everybody. No, we didn't know any better.
well, look at all them gallon trucks. We never used them. Ma told me one time, take them back and get rid of them. I know about where they. I believe I'd dig them up yet.
What kind of gallon?
Them brown chokes. We had them
Oh,
2 gallon. I bet I'd put,
oh, okay.
I can't remember, about 10, 15 of them.
Well,
I threw them in the ditch right back there.
you,
Yeah.
they were made in, they were made in Honeybury.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
got,
it's just-
I got a crock. No, it's a 10-gallon jug. We used to get molasses in, and if it's got Yule on there,
Yeah.
brings more money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the name.
Oh,
Oh,
It's not as bad anymore as like it used to be. Boy, they outbid each other. They wouldn't know when to quit. Now there's so many around. It's cheaper,
well,
Yeah.
there's
you know.
what was his right name? Topsy. Funderheit.
Funderheit, but I don't know.
Funderheit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We I think you have to ask. Who was it, Mary? Yep. We sold old rags.
Yeah,
Sold the rags and for Yule pottery.
yeah. You bought them all, the people in here. They saved their old rags, and they had a couple of sacks, and then they bought for no money. And then he would have
Yule pottery.
pottery for in the house.
Whatever you needed.
Yeah.
had straw and had a
A little
Model A.
pickup truck like. What was
Oh,
that?
you had straw in the back and
Model T.
no,
Model A.
Model A.
Yeah,
Model D.
had straw in the back.
That's where he had his
It's wares in there.
had a little
Yeah.
box. Yeah.
One time, Mary. The rag man is the lumberman.
Lumberman.
She drove 2 bags out of here. Here's the apple man.
She'll never forget that.
41, 42,
The smokehouse was built?
right? I know Hitler got in power, and we talked about that. Hitler. We didn't know who Hitler was.
Oh.
And they built that smokehouse.
Setzik.
That Wall back here yet?
The concrete slab's there yet.
I gotta look for it.
Hey, that's all that's there, man.
The paper had not the other day. The Jasper Herald had the
slab is there
CCC
yet.
camp. That's before the Depression. See what they called, and they
I
built.
argued with Paul.
Huh?
I argued with Paul when we made that steps up there. You know,
Which
went down and got gravel and concrete harder than hell.
Oh, there by the granary.
Yeah, I told Paul that's not strong enough. Oh yeah, that'll last forever. It's still there.
I don't know much about the smokehouse.
That's the only thing.
Well, I mean,
yeah, but that was the early part of war, and we didn't. Who's Hitler? We didn't have television, so we really didn't know. But,
Now we
that
do.
used to be full of ham and sausage. And I don't think you could almost get more in there.
So tell me what all you smoked in there and how did you do it? So how'd you smoke a ham? What'd you
well,
do?
first of all, you sold them. You put them in there and sold them for.
after the butchering day.
So you just put him on a platform in there and then just put him on salt for a few weeks?
I think it's 3 weeks, and then you turn them.
You turn?
3 weeks. 3 weeks, then you change the salt, wasn't it?
Not more often at first. Well, because if we put these hams and shoulders and sides, the first few days the salt really went in fast. So you kind of be reworked and put new old salt on there. And then when you thought it was finished, and in the spring of the year, you hung it up in the attic part.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
up. And then you...
And then smoked them for a few days, did you?
Oh, yeah. And then you got hickory wood. I always had to use hickory wood. that was the only...
Good, so water didn't burn
Hey,
down.
buddy, let's sit down.
That
Stay
heat in
down.
there and
Then they
There you go.
smoke that, and then you would have to... You end up being like a smoke man because you went in this smokehouse and, man, you smelled like a smoked ham because,
So how long did the meat keep in there? So you kept the shoulders and the hams?
The hams, I did that yet when I married.
Yep.
Did keep all year.
Keep all year long?
Hang them in the smokehouse, and they get what do you call it?
mold.
Yeah.
Real green, and they were still good.
What about sausage? You keep that in there very long, or?
No. You'd smoke it.
They smoke it a little bit.
Smoke it, and then Mom would can it.
No, you can it, but you had an open crock
Yeah.
from 5 to 8 gallons. I don't know anymore. And then you'd fry it after butchering day. You fry the sausage, and then you put it in this crock, and you cover
Put
it
it with lard?
lard.
Yeah.
And when you put some more in, put some more sausage, more lard. Bacon, same thing.
Did you keep that lard after you pulled that stuff out there and used it?
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing wrong with
How
it.
many pigs would you butcher at a time?
The old days,
Yeah,
8.
8 at a time?
Oh, yeah.
8, yeah.
Later on it changed.
You
but
butchered one time a year then?
Yeah.
8 hogs. Oh, yeah.
That, you put that, like you said, the sausage in them crocks, and then you had to go out there in the wintertime, and that, zero weather or whatever, and you had to take a knife and cut them out of there, and it was a dang stiff, you couldn't hardly,
So you kept the crocks in the smokehouse as well?
oh yeah,
Well,
that's the way,
sometimes in the summer kitchen because later on, before my time, Clara John talked about it, yeah. she had to help here one time. Had to help Mom fry stuff down, and she said, "I thought we'd never get that 10-gallon jug done." Filled
Crock,
with
yeah.
crock. You know, so it's yeah.
You'd fry it, you know.
You know, as hot as it was in that summer kitchen, that it didn't spoil.
I since we married, I kept hams over home all summer,
Yeah.
hanging in the back.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
Yeah,
like
they don't
we
spoil.
put them in them crocks, the sausage and
Yeah, but the sausage we'd always eat before, you know, in the summer.
I think so.
Yeah, before the heat of the summer come in.
Oh yeah, but
So did they plant crops all the way? I mean, I know you guys had the garden right here, but
no.
There was a pear tree, I believe.
Yeah, apple trees.
2 pear trees, 2 apple trees, 2 peach trees, whatever that tree over there was.
That was Mom, they always said it was they called it a peach plum.
Peach plum.
Had a,
And Mom, I know one year she came 100 quarts over where that big maple tree is now.
So, you know,
But then next year or whenever,
it overbeared.
yeah, it just
So they
died.
said.
but that one year, we took every tree branch we propped up. 19th day of March, St. Joseph's Day. We had ice. It was that thick on every nut. And we thought, my mom said, "Oh, we won't get none." And I guess half froze. And we still, we can't.
Cane peaches.
I don't know, 50
Plums.
quarts or whatever it is. I'll never forget that. They were just like an umbrella.
Yeah.
And if you weren't very good at it, you'd shoot at them and they'd squeal and run away, and then you had.
Then you said, "Let me have the gun."
Yeah, then the next guy, I can do better. Well, that was a rabbit hunt deal, I'll tell you. Wow! This guy said, "Did they shoot? They got a razzing all day because they couldn't kill a hog." Well, I couldn't have done better either. But
yeah.
Well, you said when you was back out in Lasmus that time, when you helped butcher, and they couldn't kill them fast enough.
Yeah.
You helped. I guess it's out there. Yeah, and they had rose bushes. That's where they had the hogs.
that's the fresh patch.
I wish I could have taken a movie of that. When these guys were gone in the army, this is Uncle Tony and Uncle Joe and Paul, and well, I was too young to shoot a hog, you know. And Uncle Tony was shot the hogs.
He could
And-
shoot off.
There was, said, "Woof, ow, woof, woof, woof." First of all, he had him in a shed, and the first shot he went in there. I don't know what.
No, you said that it was rose bushes.
No,
They-
it was only about this high.
Oh,
And
I
then
thought you
he
said-
shot that first shot and it missed it. Everything broke on. And they was growing up and he didn't know him. Anyway, he couldn't shoot the hogs fast enough because one was way on the other end. And Josie Liesman, "Yeah, Tony," he said, "Fished him Halsey out." And every shot, every other shot, you would go out and you go, "Wee!" Wee." and you could just see him pedaling. I laughed more, God.
yeah.
Well, you guys want to walk up by the barn up here, and I think
1941, storm come out of the west, went to the east, and come back again. You remember that we prayed the rosary, and that house shook. I mean, it shook. But we never went in the cellar.
Oh no, we went
I
in
don't
the
know.
bedroom. We went in the
Store.
bedroom.
So what all did you use the summer kitchen for in
Summer
the
kitchen,
cellar?
yeah. Would have been, but
So-
it blew 2 trees over,
Yeah.
and we were in the bedroom there, and you could
The
I mean it.
summer
it shook.
kitchen was used for what is the name for it? Summer kitchen. That's where we always fix the food, and that's where we ate. Not in the house.
So she never fixed food in the house itself.
The reason for it was
Well, it was
the wood stove. Well, we had one in the summer kitchen too, but
later on.
Yeah, that summer
see,
kitchen.
she wouldn't fix no meals in the kitchen.
Just to keep the
Cool.
house cool. No
Yeah.
air conditioning, but yet it was cool.
Nice breeze going through.
The front door would open up, and then in the kitchen, yeah, that wasn't bad.
Of course, then. Only problem was when you open the doors and the flies come in.
So you didn't have screen doors or what?
Not
I don't think they were. Might as well took them off because they didn't do much good.
that they sure
Oh.
did.
And yet,
Oh,
and we
about-
all, it was like usually on a
Talk
Saturday.
about flies. I went thrashing back there, Johnny Ochoa and Charlie Arnold, and they had a hole in the screen, and I'm telling you, you couldn't hardly eat under the fly.
Oh yeah.
Did you have more flies
Uh,
back then than you do now?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, we took rags or chased the flies out before they be ate.
That was, you had bed sheets or so you get, and then you went from one end to the room to the other, and you chased them out the back door.
Is it because you had so many animals around, you think, or?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's the reason.
Oh,
What
that was a custom.
I helped Alma Clem to put a kitchen cabinet in. Trash.
Mhm.
I don't even pronounce it nice.
Fresh.
And so they fixed meals for us Saturday noon. And the flies. You had one fork and the other end you had to wave the flies over your food. And they didn't even mind.
Yeah.
They just, you know. So, yeah, that was something.
Did we have Venetian blinds on it when Mo was living here yet?
So did you guys go back and forth to the Berkey's house over there quite a bit, or?
Oh, pick yeah.
That was
Sure.
Sundays.
Here and where Toby lives,
Now,
that was our.
there's some pictures someplace that where right here, Marie and Larissa. What was that ice cream you eat here? on
Strawberries.
I got a picture of that.
Strawberries.
Strawberries.
I got a picture on that screen.
Okay.
Together. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Almost one of us in Milwaukee. We had to switch trains, and we went in the station and just turned around. There's your train. And one of us almost didn't get in the door. We would have been in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. That was close. I just in 61 when it burned down.
61.
When the barn burned down?
Let's see here.
Wonderful brewing.
68. That's when you bought this.
Yeah. I
I was
know.
going to say it.
Yeah, 60 or 61.
Yeah, that was 1961.
Yeah, it was in
I got a.
When was this granary built?
That was
That one right there.
that. I think it was when I was in service.
The barn was over that way yet.
Where was the outline for the barn, old barn?
That went down to that corner.
Yeah, I still can't figure that out because the barn was roughly from that well.
No, see, we had a pipe about that long. That here is the fence.
Yeah, but
yeah.
and then
Then it went down to the corner.
I don't know.
Went down to right about
How far down it went anymore.
right about there.
That was right on the edge by the road, because you had a heck of a time load of wheat in order to come into the barn.
Yeah,
You couldn't hardly
Make the turn.
yeah. But we
especially
never,
with the
we never
threshing
threw
machine,
any.
they had a
So you had a horse-drawn wagon that you pulled that wheat up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they pulled it up and then they took the horses and pulled it into the barn. See, they couldn't put it with the tractor did, but not with the steam engine.
Oh,
It was
in
a
the barn there, yeah.
Those chicken houses on the corner of the barn.
Yeah, I was in that one.
What was? So how was it laid out? You had hayloft in it, and you had chicken house on this corner, and do you have
If you look at the pictures,
stables or?
the threshing, you could see the back end
The
of it.
stables, the stables were on this end, this side,
For the horses?
on the east side.
Yeah.
The horse stables and the cow stables on the east side of the barn. In other words, spot somewhere along in here.
Okay.
Yeah, they were real close because he put that.
Was it built up at all,
The-
or did
the
it
picture
follow
about
the ground?
Water
here?
laid right into the trough.
Yeah.
It just
They didn't
curved
follow
over,
They didn't move too much ground. It was
Went down.
build over the.
built over. They,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because
every
you-
time you manure,
if we put the wagon in the driveway,
throw it over
you
the
know,
top
you
of
had
the
to break them or
road.
else they'd run back out down the road. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't look at
Yeah, it made
the safety or.
I'll get myself on video here just to show that
We could-
who
we
the
couldn't
cameraman
drive
is
there.
here.
The door, here,
Yeah.
better.
But,
They bring turkey manure here
yeah.
on that side, or?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
They backed in.
I just said manure.
When was that?
Yeah, they.
When was that basketball goal put up there?
Oh, that was so. I don't think we ever had a net on it, did we?
Probably couldn't afford any.
I don't think so. I think we put.
I don't know.
I think we put little twine strings on it though somewhere. It seems like.
I don't know when that was put up, but oh boy.
That was something.
So how long has that building been around? 40s, 50s?
I believe that was built.
Was that here when the old barn was here?
Yes, it was. Because the only thing I can remember on this end, if you go inside a few feet under the tin, the wood was burning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's all I can remember that part. So it was here in '60.
Okay.
Now, I know we had the 56 Chevy in the shed there. And we
Okay.
were shucking corn over there.
Right? I remember that.
I run home. I think I broke all the records. Run home and
Where did that gravel go to every year? We haul gravel in every year.
Eventually, we hauled it up here, and it took a year or so, and it ended up down in the creek.
I think we hauled
and
it
we'd haul it
back.
back up again. That's what it was. What the heck? Where else?
Yeah.
Were you along when they had the county was down there?
I don't know that.
They loaded for us.
Olinger.
I think that's when we had them
Oh,
4
yeah.
horses.
Olinger
Yeah,
got the gravel.
the county put that gravel from there to Johnny Clem. That
Could be.
with that 1 year. I bet we hauled. I'd say 75 loads in here.
Oh my
We
gosh.
just opened it, left it lay. It's just one all around here.
Oh yeah. That was the
Then we
slow
bored
way.
them.
was nothing unusual. The chimney would choke up the kitchen.
On the old house?
Yeah. Go up at night time sometimes, and then we'd build a fire, take the flue out and build a fire in there, and poked it and found it. And man, we had a fire coming out of that top sometimes. It's wondering to burn the house down.
What, did you go in that old room there? A lot of times had cracks in the chimney. You could see the flames going up.
Really?
The cement was off.
They didn't even worry about it.
So where did you guys sleep? Which room? You were on this side?
That was ours.
So the boys was right, right?
Huh?
Is
Second.
that the first roof yet?
Yeah.
We were in the condominium.
You on that one?
Us 5 boys slept in one room.
Oh, wow.
Did you paint that lately, or
Yeah, about 2 years ago. That's it's aluminum and asphalt.
36, the garage was built because that's when Dad bought the Chevrolet for $600. Well, and then it was just built long enough for the car to go in. And then a few years later, what was the next model?
40
What year?
to 49.
Yeah.
49.
So they were longer. So if you look, they had to add on for the hood.
Onto this shed here?
That's the same one.
yeah? He brought the car home.
Huh?
And it didn't fit in the garage?
And then they marked it over the 36.
Yeah.
I remember that. Did.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
No,
The
the
36 fit in there.
Yeah, we're talking about the next model. We thought.
Then we had to add on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's enough room for the hood of the car.
Yeah, we
Imagine.
went up, got the car, and parked it there, they marked it over.
Oh goodness.
And we used
Then Albert Wagner laid them blocks. Boy, we had a modern chicken house.
oh gosh.
So did you guys have a lot of chickens in this shed here?
Yeah,
In the
well-
tractor shed here?
It was full, but I
At
don't
least
know.
we didn't have to run around the barn looking for the eggs.
How in the
anyhow.
heck did we get that many chickens together? Did you buy chicks those days already?
Yeah. No,
Or did you hatch them?
we bought the Biblis.
Yeah.
We raised the brooder house was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The brooder house was sitting back there
Yeah.
in the corn there.
Yeah.
So you hatched your own
No,
chicks?
we didn't hatch them. We just
That-
bought it.
My time.
That's where
about
they
that.
had all them fruit trees. That back there.
Yeah. That's where the.
You know, that's why we had fruit. You remember?
Yeah.
Well, look
That
at
chicken manure acid.
with
They
the,
never had any bugs on it. The chickens ate them before they, or they would acid killed them or something.
where that maple tree is sitting. That's where the plum tree was.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a lot of gravel because they washed down in there, and the old timers said that's why the gravel it kept it loose, and the chicken manure that fruit
Yeah.
tree bared like whether it's true or
You
not
like
true.
that, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
they didn't have no spray
We never
Like-
sprayed them.
like they got nowadays.
Those,
With your cattle and stuff.
those days when we had potatoes, we
Those
did
potato
kill the potato bugs. We had to go in there, remember, with a dishpan and knock them off, and then you just drown them, didn't we?
Put kerosene in them.
Kerosene, burned.
Burn the potato bugs?
Yeah, just
But first you had to collect them.
take them. We didn't have. We couldn't afford in a potter.
Doggone anyhow, most of the things.
Well, the two husbands got up here. The bowl, the one you crank,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the milk, the water separator.
yeah,
I've got the bowl, or it's laying up there yet.
yeah, but you
That-
don't have to.
The cream separator you used to have here?
Yeah, it's a Delaval made them. That's a brand name.
They got one in the museum out there.
Do they? And it has cups, they're discs, they're tapered. And
How did that separate like that?
the speed, I think
Cream come out one spot and then the milk the other. Never could figure
we
that out.
sold the cream.
You weren't supposed to.
I could still, that guy that picked that cream about, if he'd walk in here, I could still
Well,
recognize him. He was a good old guy.
but
Come from Odin. That's where they brought the.
Uncle Leonard used to say that he hauled more moonshine than he hit cream.
Could be.
See, that was a good way of
That's
had room for the cream, but then he could do it. I didn't see it, but they claim that's sold more moonshine than cream.
Did anybody make moonshine here?
Not here, not
No,
not that I know of.
sure didn't. Everybody
Neighbors,
else.
neighbors did. That away.
Oh yeah. Urban did.
Oh yeah.
Now
You
that,
know, that tree that was up here, right here. I'll never forget that. Mars come home and he was in a bad humor or something. He was pretty well down. He had a long nose. And I mean, that always, I'll never forget that. Yeah. He was, didn't quite go his way and kind of, but I still see him sitting here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head.
his 36 Chevy, I was telling, you knew that too, if we were able to drive up here in the wintertime if there's no rocks, boy, we were good drivers in the snow, you know.
Oh yeah, because
But-
it was
so
right
he
there.
learned that. I let him drive the car from this way, and then I think I pulled the throttle. I'm not sure anymore. And it was going too fast, and he went up down the bank.
Bank was pretty high.
And then
Aye.
then we ruined. What did we? It didn't go anymore. Something.
I
And
know I
so
did.
Paul would we cost too much to call a wrecker, so we hooked 2 horses on there. We pulled it up there by the water tower.
Oh
Now
yeah.
hooked and let it roll down to the garage. That's a boy, boy.
Jeez.
And Liz learned to drive.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. Well, she came around here and she lost control too.
Oh, I don't.
And she ended up, she had the right front wheel hanging up on the bank. And Mom
That could be.
and I were in the back. And we ended up on top of each other, I know that.
Yeah.
And she did the same thing I did.
Then Paul learned to drive car, 36. He drove it somewhere, a little piece. That was it. Never drove again. Long time ago.
That bank was a lot hard, right?
Yeah. What the heck? Did you take down everything?
Yeah, I had that swimming pool.
Okay.
I cut some. That bank was, that was 6 foot high. 7
Admiral Wagner come with the horse. I think it was during the war. They couldn't get through here.
Oh, that's
And then
1950?
Huh?
In 50?
I don't know when it was. It was Admiral Wagner and
We got, well, I don't know about that, but
no, it was way back.
in 1950 when the roads were so bad, we bought a team of horses. And
Ah.
a Striegel from Celestine,
yeah.
and he missed his driveway and he went up that road, up in Toby's, that hill, facing this way. He got hung up, and
This was
he backed up and then he came down here. That roads were so bad, the people got hung up coming downhill.
yeah.
The
The only thing that could go was a Model A. Yeah.
What did you guys use that shed that used to be here for?
That was the machine. Now, to be tall and big, that was the machine shed.
Yeah.
All we had in there was a binder, maybe colorimeter, what else? A wheat drill.
Yeah.
That about it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That's all that was in there. But he said once a year, we took out the binder. Once a year, the
Wheat drill.
wheat drill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be
I
right,
know one time I
right
pulled
by
it
that
out,
walnut tree
and I
there.
thought I
Yeah,
could do
and
that.
that's
And then I broke one of
And
them.
that just had to be clean when it went
it was
in.
on this side, on the right side of the walnut tree.
Yeah.
That tree came from Don Mom's Grandpa Hope.
Oh.
That tree.
Not the tree, well, the walnut. We used to go down there and pick up walnuts Sunday afternoon, and then we'd hull them there. And that one grew there, and that's what's...
Yeah, that was some trips down there.
Yeah.
That was the one that we didn't miss, that personal. Yeah, we couldn't turn in there.
Yeah,
Even.
but you know, these guys, that one, I forget who he is, he came downhill and he had one set of
Wheels in the
wheels
rut.
in one rut. He had the other ones in the other rut. There he hung out.
You couldn't pass the car. I don't know what they did, but I guess they all went to church and they all went home.
I'm sure you don't remember this, but one time, Dad still had the buggy. We didn't have a car, and we were going close up to the water tower up the hill there, and somebody with a car was couldn't hardly make it, and Dad passed the car with the buggy. Boy, he was happy because passed a car, you know.
Another thing we used to do up there, well, up there in the corner, we had a strawberry patch.
Here,
Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, down here too. But then the tomatoes, we had them up there in that field.
Oh
too.
yeah. This,
And we,
Doc never told you this, but from here on, this was all strawberry patch.
Up to...
Yep.
And we had a strawberry patch up there too.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was all. Then when that was planted, I could never forget that. 1935. Then in the spring, it must have been dry. Paul would chop with a grubbing hoe to get it fine, and now I came along with a regular hoe and did it. I don't know why it was so dang hard. I don't know, but yeah, that was.
We had the tomatoes we hauled up to the cannery.
With the hammer.
So you and I took a load up.
You had
And
to
in
take
the
hammer
summer,
out.
the rims on the wheels, they dried out.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you had to take them into the creek and let them swell up again. And I'll never forget.
Yeah, you.
I drove and Joe was back there beating the rims on the top, on the wheel.
Bang, bang, bang.
You weren't the only ones. We all did that. Yeah,
I'm surprised that nothing happened when going down Troutcross Hill there.
horses.
What did? Huh?
The horses fell on their
Well,
heads.
the horses almost pulled through the collar.
Wow.
I tried to hold it back.
Didn't have no sense to
I
put a
hated
chain
that.
on the back there and let it drag the wheel.
Well, and then we tied one wheel one time. Wow, that made it worse.
Is
It was like I used to slit runner, you know.
Oh, you used to hate to
So
go
they,
down.
you know, tied the knot.
The
so it couldn't
collars,
go around.
they were way up there by
Oh.
their neck, you know, they didn't.
That was a bad place, and yet we always went to the mill.
Were you alone when we would come home from school? You had to get out at the rut. There was a rut, the car came. I'm pretty sure it was you or Mars. Mary, me, and we got stuck in the mud. Afterwards, we had to pull each other out.
That,
But you know,